Hello everyone, I already started with my foundation. All I want to show you today is how to achieve a nice, neutral, wearable green eyeshadow. So the first thing I'm going to do, and you can ignore my doggies, it's morning time and they like to play with each other in the mornings. So the first thing I do is start with Urban Decay's Eyeshadow Primer Potion. So now that I put on my eyeshadow primer, I'm going to add the neutral color that will be the overall color for my eye. So the two color palettes I'm going to be using today, one is the Sephora Colorful Artist Palette that I picked up recently. And I'm going to be using MAC's Love Connection. So I'm going to take my Tony Moly brush that I picked up here in Korea, add the eyeshadow onto the brush. So I've said this before in other videos, but what I really like about MAC's Duo Eye Color here, and also their Plum Duo, is that you really can't overdo it too much. I mean, with the darker colors, yes, but with their lighter neutral colors, I can apply this color without looking in the mirror, and most times I will not overdo it. Next, I'm going to apply the beautiful golden color here at the bottom. Since I'm wearing green and gold, I'm really going to go for it. I'm going to play with that color palette and incorporate it into my eyeshadow. Doesn't it look like melted gold? I really feel like I'm putting melted gold right onto my eye. So you're starting to see this eyeshadow duo builds pretty nicely. Okay, so I've added the MAC Love Connection eyeshadow duo onto my eyes, and now I can move on to the Sephora Colorful Artist Palette. The next thing I'm going to do is use my eyeshadow brush that I picked up here, also in Korea from the Face shop. But if you have an eyeshadow brush that looks similar to this, it'll do. Okay? Now here's the palette, and I really love this palette because if you like to play with colors, if you have a colorful wardrobe, there's definitely a few colors in here that you can incorporate into your eye makeup. So I'm going to be using this pretty green color. Okay? So just to add some eyeshadow. Okay, I really don't want to add too much, so just like I do with my bronzer, I'm just going to rub some into my wrist a little bit to control the product application. Okay, that's good. And then go ahead and just apply it to my upper eyelash line, and then right here in the corner. So what we're going for, because I'm going to work, but I still want to play with color, is a soft, subtle application. Okay, so that's really subtle. So the golds really blended well with the greens, and now I'm going to do the other eye. It's really subtle, isn't it? But it's just enough to play with color. Take some of the eyeshadow and place it right underneath your lash line. Just a little bit. Okay. So next I'm going to take my larger eyeshadow brush and just kind of blend the colors all together. really nicely. The last thing I'm going to use on Sephora's eyeshadow colorful palette is just a little bit of highlighter for my upper brow bone area. So I'm going to use this neutral color here. The white one's just probably going to be a tad bit too white with the gold green color I'm going for. Okay, so I'm just going to add some of that right onto my upper brow bone area. Okay, so that completes the eyeshadow look. There are so many colors here that you can really play with, and I find that a little bit of eyeshadow here from this palette goes a long way in the darker colors. In the more lighter colors, it's also like the MAC colors that you tend to not be in danger of overdoing it. So the next thing I'm going to do is line my eyes. I'm going to be using Sephora's Nano eyeliner in Midnight Black, I believe. Is that what it's called? Midnight Black. These, I believe, are only about $5. They do run a little bit smaller, and I have been using this eyeliner, so it's smaller than it really is. But I love it. It goes on really smooth. It has an intense color to it, so you don't have to line it over and over again. So I'm just going to line my eyes like I typically do. Okay, so the very last thing I'm going to do with my eyes is use MAC's Zoom Lash Mascara. And what I like about this mascara is that it washes off really well. Because one thing I hate and one thing that really bothers my eyes is when mascara actually gets in it. I don't like that. But who does, really? I also like it because it doesn't turn, you know, some mascaras turn a little dusty looking. I mean, they lose their blackness, their intensity. I find that MAC's mascara doesn't do that. It remains its color throughout the day. And that's the eyes. So we have a little bit of gold and greens and neutrals, and they blend all together. You can still play with color, have a very soft, very wearable look that people aren't going to be like, oh, I like your green eyeshadow. So the very finishing touch for my face, I'm going to be using MAC's Dazzleglass, and there's a million little glitters in it. Can you see it? So it's really subtle, but it does add a nice little pop of color, just a tiny little bit of color. And really, I find this pink goes very well with the green look too, so it's a really great color combination. So that is my green wearable eyeshadow look with a little bit of gold sparkle to it. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and let me know if you want me to try any other colors for you. Alright, take care and have a wonderful day. Aloha!